thought this would be a fun random facts article, but a little different, because these are 25 facts everyone agrees that are true, but they are actually completely false, completely false, completely false, completely false. So this is like debunking 25 random fun facts. But anyway, let's get started. So, put down your phone and close your eyes. Relax with me as I read this. And it's a BuzzFeed article posted October of 2021, so pretty recently. So, hopefully all of this stuff is true, but as always, never know. Anyways, straight to the facts, straight to the facts, straight to the facts. Fact number one says, I'm sure you heard the warning that if you dropped a penny from the top of the Empire State Building, it could kill someone on the street below. But this is simply false. It would not be able to gain enough velocity. I used to live on the 36th floor of an apartment building in Manhattan, and I used to think like we had patio chairs, and the building would send us emails when there was a big storm coming, because they were like, tie down your patio chairs. And I was like, I could only imagine if my patio chair flew off my 36th floor balcony. Like, how insanely crazy that would be. Luckily that never happened. Fact number two. If your dog has ever been sprayed by a skunk, you probably wash them in a bath of tomato juice. I wonder if people do that. Well, it says that, however, tomato juice does nothing to counteract the smell, and it is as ineffective as using any other strongly scented item. I don't think I've actually ever heard of that. Tomato juice for skunk smell. Oh yeah, so this is how I found this video. Number three is that many ships and planes have mysteriously vanished in the Bermuda Triangle, but not significantly more than any other well-traveled historical sources confirm that Christmas was celebrated then until 336 AD. It seems the date was chosen to appropriate the winter solstice, a pagan holiday, for Christian purposes as it was around that time. As someone who's brought up Catholic, I feel like I did know that his birthday is not actually December 25th, but that doesn't take away the meaning of it, I guess. Number six is also Jesus related. Also, Jesus would not have been white, nor is there any evidence that he had long hair. There are very few references to Jesus' appearance in the Bible, but one suggests he had darker skin. Moreover, he was a Palestinian Jewish man and would have looked like one. Early art depicted him with short hair. The image of a long-haired Jesus started popping up in the 4th century and was influenced by the art done of Greek and Roman gods. Okay, I felt like I also knew that. I mean, it's obvious we don't know what Jesus looked like. Number seven. You've probably heard the belief that dogs and cats age 7 years for each human year, which may be somewhat true for cats, but is pretty inaccurate for dogs. Wow, I like how they are just like, I don't really know the answer about cats. For dogs, it's super dependent on the size and breed, as different breeds have very different life expectancies. Also, for both dogs and cats, a lot of aging happens in the first 2 years, more than the 14 human years the 7-year rule would suggest. Yeah, I heard of that like the first 2 years of a dog's life, or the first year of the dog's life is like 15 years or whatever, and then it gets like shorter and shorter. That depends on the dog's age and how many like human years you should calculate towards it. Number 8. much more likely. Number 12. The beautiful yellow sun. Oh, wait a minute. It's not yellow at all. It's actually white, which you can tell from space, but it only appears yellow because we're looking at it through the atmosphere. That's like that fun fact that, is it Mars? On Mars, sunsets are blue. And, it's because of their atmosphere. Or no, maybe sunsets are purple. Wait, I feel like our sunsets are some kind of purple sometimes. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's because of the atmosphere we're looking at it through. Number 13. One of my favorite creepy facts is that people's hair and fingernails continue to grow after they die, which is why I was pretty saddened to find out it wasn't a fact at all. In actuality, skin around fingernails and hair follicles dry up and retract, which can make subtle stubble and nails appear to have grown even though they have not. Oh, I don't like that at all either. I don't like that. I do not like. I've been reading off of my phone, so this is like back of my phone tapping. It's helped with my computer freaking out. And I feel like it's also easier because I can watch me recording the sound through the microphone. Because early on, when I was recording these videos, one time I forgot to hit record, and I recorded a whole video because I was looking at my computer for the facts the whole time. And I was so mad. Anyway, back to the facts. Number 14 is, one of the coolest things about snakes is that their jaws can unhinge. Except they can't, actually. The lower bones of their jaws do not connect and are attached with a stretchy ligament that allows them to open their mouths super wide, but they aren't unhinging their jaws. I saw a crazy video, I guess it was on Facebook, of somebody getting a rolled up beach towel out of a snake's mouth. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I just, why would the snake try to put a whole beach towel in its mouth and, try to swallow it? I mean, he did, or she did successfully swallow it. Obviously, the snake just couldn't digest it, so somebody had to pull it out. Number 15 says, did your mom ever tell you to eat carrots to improve your vision? Yes, I've heard this one. Because that's totally false. Oh no. In fact, the idea was actively invented by the British government to spread information that would hide the existence of their radar systems during World War II. I am just like, those two things. Those two things are so unrelated to me, but this Smithsonian article says a World War II propaganda campaign popularized the myth that carrots help you see in the dark. How a ruse to keep German pilots confused gave a vitamin A-rich vegetable too much credit. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I just can't believe that. I feel like that's kind of like milk in America. The Got Milk campaign was and I don't know, I need to look this up, but that Got Milk was only created because milk farmers had a surplus